Hi, my name is Joanna, and today I'm going to talk to you all about where I have found a ton of free sewing patterns online. These places I'm going to be talking about are websites where there is an absolute ton, like a directory of sewing patterns. I'm going to link all the websites that I talk about in the description of this video so you can easily access them. I know some pattern companies offer like one or two free sewing patterns, but these are literally like directories of free sewing patterns. So I thought I wanted to share these amazing places that I've personally used before to find and use sewing patterns. The first website I wanted to talk about is Tiana's Closet. So I believe Tiana is a professional pattern maker, and she posts a ton of free PDF patterns on her website to download with full instructions, and they're really clear. I've personally used the free men's like classic t-shirt pattern before when I made a t-shirt for my boyfriend in the same fabric as a dress that I had. On this website there is a huge range of garments to choose from. So like I just said, they have men's patterns, they also have women's, and they're just an absolute range from like dresses to tops to trousers. And the best thing is that there are new ones added constantly. I follow Tiana's Closet on Instagram and I see constant updates of new patterns that she's added. I believe she's also just opened an Etsy shop, so if you actually wanted to support her, you can buy her patterns on Etsy as well now. She also has great blog posts for sewing techniques, so I suggest checking out her website for PDF patterns and some cool sewing tips. The next one I wanted to talk about is Mood Fabrics. When you search for the best places to find free PDF sewing patterns online, Mood Fabrics is one that constantly comes out time after time. Not only does this website have dresses and tops, but they also have things like swimwear, underwear and activewear, which is quite rare for free patterns because they're a bit more complicated. I actually found out about Mood Fabrics because around the time when Wednesday came onto Netflix, everyone was obsessed with her dress that she wore to the dance, and they actually released a free pattern for this dress, entirely free. So I have downloaded that pattern and I'm just waiting for like the right time to make it. Potentially Halloween this year, who knows. They also have a basics line, which is really perfect for beginners. It has some wardrobe staples like classic tops and really basic trousers. So I definitely recommend checking out Mood Fabrics. The next place online that I wanted to talk about is a bit different. So it is the V&A website. So the V&A Museum is a museum in London. V&A stands for Victoria and Albert, and they were the king and queen back here in the UK quite a long time ago. The museum is amazing, and I believe it's still entirely free, or most of it is free. I think you can pay for exhibitions, but their website has some really cool sewing patterns which are vintage or even historical style. One that I absolutely love but I have not got around to making yet is the Mary Quant 60s style mini dress they have on there. It just looks incredible. It is quite a small selection, but it does get updated and the items are really unique, so I definitely suggest checking them out. Next up, I wanted to talk about Sew Mag, which is a sewing magazine here in the UK that offers a ton of free sewing patterns on their website. Not only do they have garments, but they also have things like soft furnishings and toys and just general ideas for you to sew. They also have children's garment sewing patterns for free, which is something that you don't come across all that often. And this website also has a ton of sewing technique blogs. They have some really simple sewing patterns which are targeted for beginners, and they're really easy to follow, so I definitely suggest checking out Sew Mag. I think it's like the best sewing magazine in the UK, or the most highly rated or highly bought or something in the UK, and their magazines are actually like quite expensive, but you normally get a few patterns thrown in. But yeah, like definitely on their website they have tons of free patterns, so just go check it out and like download any that you think look cool and you might want to try in the future. A place that I wanted to mention but I have not actually used myself is fabricstore.com. So I see this website being mentioned everywhere when you go online to look for free PDF sewing patterns. So that's why I thought I'd mention it. They look like they have a real wide range of sewing patterns on there, and they're all like, they seem to be like loads of classic garments. So I'm definitely going to go in and download a few. I like how when you click on them, it tells you the level that they are at. So I can download sewing patterns that are at my level and aren't going to be like too difficult to follow. And last but not least, I wanted to mention Peppermint Magazine, which is an Australian sewing magazine. I believe actually that these patterns aren't free anymore, or they might have one or two, but they're really subsidized. So a lot of them you can get for just like $2. And sewing patterns take a lot to produce, a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of people. So I can understand why they don't put their sewing patterns for free online anymore. And actually, it's incredible that so many people put sewing patterns online for free. It really shows like just how dedicated they are to their craft and how they want to like inspire other people to sew, because so much time goes into making sewing patterns. I have tried to do it myself and I've kind of failed. I just don't have enough manpower just by myself doing it. These patterns take teams of people and tons of time and effort from loads of different people. So yeah, kudos to all the sewing pattern companies or indie pattern companies that put sewing patterns online for free. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up down below. And if you like content about sewing and crafts, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!